Yo, 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 what's going on, Ying Yang Zing? Patrick and Josh back again today with Pokemon debates.
Woo.
Today we're going to do a topic we talked about in the update video recently. I don't know when we're going to put this out. Probably Sunday. I don't know.
Pokemon Wednesdays.
Well,
I think that'd be an awesome day.
I'm okay with it. We just couldn't do it last week for obvious reasons.
Right,
tournament.
right.
But we're trying to get it to get a bunch of recordings done for every day to have a video, and I like Pokemon debates to be Sunday, like debates, basically.
Oh, sure.
This will give me a lot of practice for when I run for president. Vote for me. A vote for me is a vote for America.
So Pokemon villains.
We're going to do best to worst or worst to best. Worst to best, worst to best villain.
Worst to best. Oh, okay.
So,
hold on, let me get everything pulled up.
So, let's debate. Who would you say is the worst villain? And I think we're going to agree on this. Who is the worst? The number, because here are the villains that we have. And we're counting Archie and Maxie for Generation 3 as one villain because they're different, they're intertwined. And they're both in Emerald as villains, so we're going to count them as the same part. So, Generation 1 is Giovanni. Generation 2 is Archer. We had to look it up because I couldn't think of it. I love Gold and Silver. They're two of my favorite games of all time. Couldn't think of his freaking name. Then Archie and Maxie for Generation 3. We already went over that. Generation 4 had Cyrus.
Cyrus, yeah.
Generation 5 had Getsis. Generation 6 had Lysander. And then Generation 7. Holy crap. I'm losing my mind. Generation 7 had Guzma and Lucamine, two separate villains that did end up working together, but I count them separately, and their achievements separate. So my worst, and I'm going to write these down, is Archer, whatever his name is. Generation 2. He was so bad at being a villain that I didn't even remember his motivation was, Giovanni, come back and save me because I'm no good at being the head villain.
Right.
I mean, who's your lead? Who would you say is the worst?
Archer.
Archer.
Definitely.
We're in agreement on Archer. This is a bad start to a debate.
Let me pull this up.
His motivation was to find Giovanni so he could take over Team Rocket. What? Have some more motivation, man. Have some aspirations.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're coming off one of the most powerful teams, one of the most classic villains, and all you're doing is pulling a looker.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Let's go to 2.
I'm gonna look. Hold on. Let's just talk about this guy's last team. For Pokemon. Let's see. His last team comprised of
a Houndoom,
a Weezing,
and I think he had a Golbat.
I think he had a Crobat. Did Crobat come out in Gen 2?
Yeah, I don't think he had a Crobat though because it's a friendship evolution. Right. It's very rare that they give them a Crobat. Right. Like Lysander got one, but I think that's... Well, no, Lysander didn't. It was, what was his name? Cyrus. Cyrus got one. Cyrus is weird.
Yeah. I felt like... But that's a different discussion.
We're not there yet. Nobody's brought up Cyrus yet.
I don't know. I think Archer was kind of like... He's the villain that everyone forgot. Because it took us...
We had to Google it.
It took us a minute.
We didn't know who he was.
Like, who was...
I remembered his motivation, and that's it.
The motivation really sucked. You know, if it was me, I'd be like,
let's conquer the world.
Fuck Giovanni.
I'm better than him.
I will learn from his mistakes. I will conquer Mewtwo.
It just didn't make any sense to me. But let's go on to the next one. So, better than Archer, but still not very good. I love the character. His motivation is bull. Guzma.
I don't know. I like Guzma.
What Guzma to me is just underwhelming. I mean, in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they gave him an awesome team. His motivation's still the same. I couldn't become a captain, so I'm just gonna be a terrorizing little muttfucker. Like,
I thought that was awesome, though. I loved the story behind Team Skull. Like, these were failed kahunas or captains that couldn't do anything.
well, and then they give it like at least give them something. Like, give us some good admins for them or anything. Like, show Guzma's ability to be a leader. Like,
you do see his ability to be a leader.
He's an asshole to everyone.
That's his ability right there.
That's not an ability. People are just working for him.
People follow assholes in today's society. I mean, come on, look.
No.
See all the grunts. Did he have any admins in this?
He had Plumeria. And I think that's just because Plumeria wanted some Guzma white hair along. So
I don't know. I feel like she would have made it better. So
she would have been a much better
think she
leader.
would have probably
I
been a
liked
better leader.
Plumeria more.
I mean,
I think Plumeria would have been a better villain, and it would have been a female villain, which I would have really liked. I think it would, like, there is obviously a female villain on the list, like, but to me,
like, we need a main female villain. I think,
like, through the entire game where you see her and you battle her multiple times, not Lusamine, who's, like, behind the scenes villain.
And she has a Rabombi that destroys everything.
Like, I liked Plumeria. I think, and it would have been higher on she would have been higher on this list than Guzma for me. But I just don't like Guzma, like, as a character.
It's your boy Guzma.
It's your boy Guzma. I'm hard as shit. Look at me. I'll make all my people do little head skulls. Like,
I'll give it to his team though.
His team sell him
was
but
good.
It's
that
underwhelming.
Galissapod, let me
It
tell you.
gave him an Ariados in original Sun and Moon. He had a fucking who even. I love Generation 2. Who would ever use an Ariados competitively?
What's Ariados's abilities?
Bullshit.
Sticky web?
It has sticky web, but it's slow. It's stupid. It's a dumb Pokemon.
I remember Gen 2 getting my spinner rack, and I'm like, I'm gonna evolve this thing into an even bigger spider. It's got a horn,
and it sucks.
It's like a Weedle. It's like a Weedle.
So who would you say is like? Who's better than Archer but still not very good? I want to know your thoughts. Like, I obviously am not a fan of Guzma.
I don't know. I like Guzma. I would have to say Cyrus.
Really?
From Sinnoh, yeah.
Really?
And you know me. I love Sinnoh. Sinnoh is one of my favorite games and everything.
So from worst to best, Cyrus is number 2. Because the worst... So 1 is our least favorite, the worst villain, and then 8's gonna be the best.
I mean, I know your whole thing about Sinnoh and everything. Like, you're like, that's the worst storyline. It's the worst team.
It's not the worst team. It's not the worst team. Let's be clear on that. It is not.
I felt like Cyrus's admins. Who was his admins?
Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn.
I felt like Mars could have been a better leader than Cyrus. I'm sorry.
I mean, Cyrus was a good leader. Let's be honest here. Cyrus pulled people together, and they all wanted to create this whole new world. They were pulling an Aladdin, but like I don't know. I think Cyrus is a really good leader. I think he's an ass. He's a raging asshole. He is a raging asshole. He's not the biggest asshole on this list, not even close. But like he is, I'm gonna say he's one of the better ones. I'm going to say he's probably in my top 3. We haven't gotten that far in yet, so I don't know exactly where he's going to fall, but he's a great leader. It was his admins that didn't work for me.
I don't know. I liked his
They
admins.
just didn't mix. It didn't make sense. Like, I get the whole outer space thing, but...
Yeah, the whole outer space aspect was actually really cool. I mean, I liked it.
I'm not a fan of Gen 4. It's my least favorite generation.
I love Gen 4. I love the starters.
The starters don't make or break it for me. Like, it's not a bad game. It's just not my favorite.
I mean, which one was X and Y? No, not X and Y. Black and White. Those starters made or break that entire gen for me. I hated Gen 5. Hated it.
So let's go on to our next one. So for the number 3 slot, do you want to go first on this one?
I will go. Wait, which one is this? This is
so not better than Cyrus, but not the best. It's just one above Cyrus. So we've had one thing that we've agreed on so far. We're gonna disagree with the best too. I know we are.
Oh yeah.
Because I know who he's picking, and he knows who I'm picking. You guys all know who I'm picking.
hold on. I gotta get a list out for these guys.
Oh, I have it. You want? Here, let me move this. Hold on. I have the full list right here. I don't know.
So this is like the number 3 spot.
Yeah.
Are we like?
We're going from the worst villain to the best villain.
I feel like the next one would be Archie and Maxie, for me.
Archie and Maxie.
Because I feel like it was like what we were talking about earlier. I want a ball of water. I want a ball of ground.
We gonna flood the earth.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn it into all land.
I mean,
no fishies for you.
I mean, we got some really good Pokemon out of Hoenn.
Believe it or not, we agree on this. I love Hoenn. I love the game. The villains just, like, they're just kind of there. It feels forced.
It wasn't enough. Especially, okay, so, like...
I love Archie and Maxie as individuals.
So like, when you played Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and you're doing the Team Rainbow Rocket missions, and you have to face Archie and Maxie, I felt like I was playing Sapphire and Ruby again, because their intros took forever, and they were explaining everything. I'm like, I just want to battle you. I don't care that you still want to flood the earth and all this stuff.
Like, but they're still better than Guzma.
I will give it to Archie though,
because they're able to lead people to believe what they believe. Guzma just beats people until they listen to him. Like, that's not leadership. Like, all these other villains have gotten people to follow them. Like, Archer, honestly, overall is a better leader than Guzma.
Right.
Guzma's just more entertaining and has more drive than Archer. Archer is just kind of bullshit.
I think it's because Guzma looks more like a... Like, if you look at his artwork, he's more of a... Hoodlum. But back to Archie.
So Archie...
And
see, that's how irrelevant these guys really are. Like, they're cool. They're very colorful. But they're not great villains.
I mean, Pokemon team-wise, I liked Archie's team. I really did. I thought that Crawdaunt was really strong.
But
who did Maxie have? Did he have the camera up?
Mega Camera up.
I don't like Mega Camera up. I don't like Camera up. I don't like Numel.
So
I think it's a horrible Pokemon.
We're gonna move on. We obviously agree that Archie and Maxie they're not the upper echelon of villain. They're good villains. They're just not the upper echelon. So we're into the top 5 here. Let's see here. Who would I pick? I'm gonna go with Lusamine here.
Really?
I like Generation 7 a lot. I think the games are some of the best games that have ever been put out. They're phenomenal. They look great. They finally are doing something different. It's a great game. Lusamine is incredibly underwhelming. Outside of her Clefable, what does she have?
Ultra Beast. She fuses with Ultra Beast.
Yeah, but she doesn't battle you in it after.
I know.
Like, it's not...
I know.
To me, Lusamine is interesting. Like, she's different. She's trying to change the world. She's and she's doing it for the right reasons. But she's just...
I think the character development for Lusamine was really, like, spot on.
It was well executed. Like, she's obviously not the worst villain. But to me, the other villains on this list, and I know I'm going to get some hate because Sander's above Lusamine, but I'll explain why when I finally say that. Lusamine, to me, just kind of felt forced. Like, it was so obvious, like, it was like they had to do it.
Well, I've been watching the Sun and Moon, and they're on the Ultra Beast. They're on Lusamine right now. They're on, what's her son name? Gladion, yeah. Gladion, they're on the whole Lily thing, and holy crap. I mean, I agree where Lusamine is on the list for me as well, because me and you agree on the Lusamine, but...
Being here?
Yeah.
Surprised I surprised you with that.
I feel like they've done her justice in the anime. The game's not so much. I think they could have done so much more. Like, what was her team? Was it fairy types?
No, she had a Clefable and a Beware and, like, just a whole bunch of random mons. Like, they just...
Really?
And none of the, like, you have a ghost type and you pretty much beat her.
You feel
Beware can't do anything.
You feel like they would give her an Ultra Beast since she
doesn't get one.
You would feel like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and again,
Pheromona,
it feels very forced. Like, they telegraphed it at the beginning, so they fucking have to do it.
Is that Pheromona? The Ultra Beast?
Yeah.
I feel like that Ultra Beast would have went well with Lucamine.
But I mean, we don't get to make those calls, so.
She did give us, Aether's Paradise, which is awesome though.
Yeah. Well,
so, I like the whole thing within the game.
Yeah. So Lucamine we agree on. So we've had 3 that we agree on. This is pretty strange. So I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, and I know it's coming. Like, you're gonna get some hate for where you put Cyrus. I'm gonna get more hate for where I'm putting him.
Yeah, go for it.
Cyrus is next. I think that Cyrus should be at right where he's at for me is perfect. He is a great villain. His team just to me was a little lackluster, and I just didn't enjoy. Like I said, I don't enjoy the story of Generation 4 a whole lot. But funny enough, he makes rank number 4. Like the 4th spot, the top 4. So I mean, he's not a bad villain. He's a really good leader. Now notice that I haven't said Lysander yet. I know I'm going to get hate because he's below Lysander. Like, you're going to get a lot of hate because he's behind Archie and Maxie and Lucamine. But
I would have to say mine would be Guzma right here.
Guzma here?
Yeah.
So we're flipping those two.
Yeah.
Why do you put Guzma so high?
I don't know. Because I felt like the way that they executed Guzma in the games was awesome. The way that they've executed him in the anime is awesome.
I'm not impressed.
I mean, he's out of all the villain teams and everything that has tried to steal Pikachu, Guzma's like done it.
Technically, so is Team Rocket. They just never get away with it.
Right.
To me, Cyrus he belonged in the upper echelon because he is a great head villain. He was just given just some shitty dialogue overall.
Right.
And like, I'm nitpicking here. Like, I don't like the game he's in, so I can't put him higher.
Hopefully, the remake of Sinnoh is 10 times better than the one that we got.
As long as it's not a shit stain, I'm good. Like, I would like to enjoy Sinnoh. But to me, it's my least favorite region. It's my least favorite generation. Anybody that knows me knows, like, I have some weird Pokemon hates. Like, I fucking despise Squirtle. I hate that Pokemon.
How can you hate
Fuck that stupid garbage turtle. It's super easy. Like, Muck is a giant pile of sludge. It is pollution with a face.
Yeah.
I love Muck, but
Weezen's air pollution with a face.
Yeah, it's bronchitis. That's why I call it bronchitis. But to me, like, Cyrus just deserved to be this high up. He deserved it. You put Guzma above Lucamine. What the hell's wrong with you?
I think Guzma would have made a better head villain. Well, he is the head
Plumeria
villain.
would have made the best head villain. Let's be real.
I know. I'm gonna get some backlash from
if Plumeria was on this list instead of if Plumeria was in Guzma's place, I think Plumeria would have been a better villain. I like her character a lot more, and I would have put her above Cyrus. Like, everything would have been moved down for me.
Ooh, we could do another video of top admins.
Cool. Plumeria.
Yeah.
Plumeria and Colress are my 2.
Did Giovanni have any admins? I don't think he had any admins.
The hell would he need an admin for?
That's true. He's got a whole gang at Team Rocket.
So we've gotten through that one. So now we're into the top 3. And now you're going to hear some very controversial, but I have an adult reason as to why I'm saying Lysander. Lysander to... Go ahead and say your 3. Number 3.
Gets us. Yeah.
Get out of here.
I know. Oh, Gets us would have to be mine.
Well, we're going to disagree on all of our top spots then. Lysander is a phenomenal adult villain. You have to think about it. He is making a conscious choice to give up a creature that he loves, all of them, to cleanse the world and give humanity a chance at peace and prosperity. That is a very adult theme in a very child game.
Yeah. Yeah.
All three of these villains are very different for different reasons at the top. Lysander is a humanitarian that hates people. That's like working in the service industry and hating people. I mean, except that actually happens every day. I work in the service industry and I fucking hate people. But it's such an adult theme. He's willing to end the planet to save he views that as saving the creatures that he loves. That's amazing. That is amazing. How the hell can you put Getsus this low?
I don't know.
That guy got people to eat out of his hands.
He was literally like
at the very beginning. He was a true villain through and through. He made you question your beliefs as a person through the entirety of the game. Even when you found out he was the villain, you're like, God, this guy's like preaching to my soul. How did you put him at number 3?
I mean, he's pretty much a god. In the eyes.
He's got the best team. No, that's not even. He has a pseudo-legendary on his team. His team is specifically designed to beat ends if you look at it.
Who is the pseudo-legendary?
Hydreigon.
Oh.
Not only does he have one, at that point he had the strongest one. I don't care if you like Garchomp, you're wrong. Hydreigon was the strongest when it came out. Dark Dragon, that's insane. Its move pool is redonkulous.
I know his team was to counteract ends, but
specifically to beat the person he put as the savior of the planet. Once the savior took care of cleaning the planet, he takes over.
There's a lot of wanting to cleanse with our villains. Like, our villains are supposed to rid the world of all evil.
Cyrus is just trying to destroy the Earth and get a new planet. That's why I put him as low as I did.
Yeah.
Like Lysander fits here because there are obviously two villains that I think are better than him. I don't understand how you think Lysander or Giovanni are better than Getsus. I don't understand it. Getsus, from the beginning to the end, is making you question your beliefs while you're playing the game. Like, you're having animals fight each other. You realize that. Do they want this? And you don't know.
Okay, like, PETA.
No, I'm saying, like, that's what it was. Is he's PETA, but he's also the other side. Like, that is a fucking dick move. That is a villain. He's using his kid, and then he's going to kill his kid to take over the planet.
I don't know.
What kind of asshole?
Getsus is there because, I don't know, his design really wasn't doing it for me. I didn't think his design could have been... His design could have been more.
His design was perfect. It was subtle.
No.
It needed to be subtle.
So stupid.
No, subtlety was perfect for that role. For what he was doing, subtlety was perfect. He didn't need to be like, I'm big boss man Giovanni. Like, Giovanni needed to have the suit and tie, needed to look like a dick, needed to look like an old school gangster, fit the character. Getsus needed to be subtle, but flamboyant at the same time, and that's what he was. Because that's the character. It made perfect sense.
Getsus was what? The Kirim? Was with Kirim?
Yeah, also with Kirim.
Ice chicken, okay.
Yes, ice chicken. It's a fair and apt description. I don't get it.
I'm sorry, but that's... I don't know. He just didn't do it for me. He's in my top 3, though. I mean...
It's not good enough.
I know.
Should be your number 1.
I know.
Obviously, you know what my number 1 is now. So we're gonna just move on because I'm upset. Giovanni is my number 2.
Lysander's my number 2.
I'm so disappointed in you.
I mean, come on. Look at Lysander. Look at Lysander from the anime. You first meet Lysander, and he's all, I'm Lysander. It's nice to meet you.
He is a carbon copy of Getsus. A carbon copy. Like, that's why I like Lysander, and that's why he's so high on the list. He's almost a perfect copy of Getsus.
Well,
positive, humanitarian, Pokemon enthusiast, wants to take care of the planet, wants to save the Earth. Carbon copy of fucking Getsus. The difference being is Getsus is a better fucking villain. He used his child. Ghetsis just wanted to blow up the earth. He just wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to kill everyone. Ghetsis is like, no, I'm going to conquer. I'm going to make you fucking listen to me.
Lysander mind-controlled Zygarde. Come on, man. Mind control.
I don't care.
Talking from the anime, if you guys haven't watched the anime of what is it, X, Y, and Z,
XYZ.
Lysander finally gets what percent of Zygarde is it? That he
50, I think.
50?
Yeah.
He mind controls a 50% Zygarde.
It just, like, Lysander's a good villain.
And it just takes over everything.
Obviously, I like Lysander, but he's like that balance, that kind of mix of mostly Ghetsis with a little bit of Giovanni thrown in for flair. He owns a business.
He owns the top business in Kalos.
Yeah.
He makes everything.
Like,
literally everything. Everything from Pokeballs.
he's one of the most famous beings, which, like, to me, it just... I don't understand how you can put Lysander above Ghetsis. Like, it doesn't... Because Ghetsis is the original.
Who was his...
And done better.
So, in the game, who was Lysander's team?
Pyroar, Mega Gyarados, Mienshao, and Honchkrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Why make it Gyarados?
I have no idea.
Well, because they introduced Megas in Kalos.
Well, no, I mean, I know why he has a Mega, I don't know why they chose Mega Gyarados. Like...
Who was the champion?
Diantha.
Diantha?
Oh, the worst champion.
And she had...
Well, not the worst.
And she had Mega Gardevoir, right?
Yes.
Okay.
To me, it, like...
You would want something that's going to counter Mega Gardevoir.
So you haven't... I have been ripping on you for Lysander above Ghetsis for a minute now. I put Giovanni number 2.
Ooh! Why? He's the original OG.
That doesn't make him the best. Just because you're first doesn't mean you're best.
You ain't first, you're last.
He was the first one introduced. Just because he was the first one introduced doesn't mean he's the best one introduced.
It's nostalgic purposes. He is...
That's why he's number 2, is nostalgia. Overall, I think Lysander might be a better villain.
Nostalgia beats out everything for me.
He's a kleptomaniac.
Well,
That's
you know
it.
my number 1.
That's all he is.
That's my number 1. And you know his number 1, which is Ghetsis, so... Okay, let's just get this done. Why Giovanni number 2?
Giovanni number 2 for 2 reasons. One, nostalgic purposes. He's iconic. Like, if you say Pokemon villains, most people are going to think Giovanni first. Most people. I would say 80% of people that have played Pokemon, if you say Pokemon villain, go. Giovanni. I mean, it's almost immediate. It's on the tip of your tongue.
It's either Giovanni or Archie or Maxie.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Those are the most popular, like, and the most well-known. His team's really good. He's not sinister in, like, per se, but he's aggressive.
He's that good mix. No, he has that sinister, aggressive,
business, like,
business,
so
like,
odd.
He is a businessman.
But he's a thief. Like, he's a kleptomaniac, is what it is. And he's obviously a great villain.
He's not the thief. The grunts are the thieves. Because the grunts steal everything. He does not touch any of it.
Orchestrates all of it. Like,
you don't know that. You don't see any proof of him orchestrating.
Silphco.
He just happened to be there.
Kidnapping the president.
He just happened to be there.
Holding them against his will.
Okay, true.
Underground gambling casino.
The underground gambling casino gave me my Dratini that I need. I also gave you the Porygon that you needed to complete your decks.
He's a great villain. I just don't think he's the best villain.
How do you feel about the villain being the gym leader? I thought that was a great way.
I mean, it was a good twist, but it was kind of foreshadowed.
Well, yeah. I mean, that first time you walk into Viridian City and you see, oh, look, it's a Pokemon gym. You never played it before. Let's go to a gym.
And then you get kicked out.
Yeah, and then you get kicked out. You're like, huh.
And then, like, once you walk in the gym and you hit the spinny things, you're like, ah, crap, it's Giovanni.
Yeah.
That was, like, I was a kid and I recognized it almost immediately.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, you walk into the gym, the Team Rocket theme starts playing as you're in the
Well,
gym.
I didn't play it with music because I was like the first time I played through it, I was a kid and I was supposed to be in bed and I was.
Oh yeah, I did too.
So I had the light and I was like playing on the little Game Boy thing with the light on, and like I couldn't turn on the music because my dad has supersonic fucking hearing. I walk in the gym, I'm like, oh, that's Team Rocket. It's Giovanni. Like,
His team though in that gym was
it's pretty good.
awesome. What was it? A Nidoqueen?
Rhyhorn, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Doug Trio, and
You say Rhydon, right?
Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Nidoking, Nidoqueen, and Doug Trio.
Yeah,
I think was that team. So I mean, he's got a good.
Which team did he have an Arcanine in? He had an Arcanine in one of the teams.
No, Generation 2 is the final gym leader is Blue, and he had an Arcanine. He had Arcanine, Gyarados, Exeggutor, Pidgeot, Alakazam, and Rhydon.
Okay.
Generation 2 was different, but Giovanni
fight
is
Giovanni
obviously a
in
good
Generation
villain. No,
No, you just see him for a brief minute.
and then he commits suicide.
Well, no.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to number 1. Let me ask you why Giovanni number 1. I mean, probably everything I just said.
Right. Just nostalgic reasons. I mean, come on. He's the one that started it all. He started it.
He's the original villain, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, without him, you wouldn't have all these other
But
villains behind him.
What makes him the best villain?
Mewtwo. He created Mewtwo.
He's behind the creation of Mewtwo. Okay, what did he do that made him the best villain? Look at his Mewtwo. He didn't keep it in his control, so he obviously isn't that great.
He kept it in control for a little while.
It was the final boss,
For a little while.
like 2 weeks.
No, I don't say it was like 2 weeks. I felt
Okay.
like it was like forever.
How was he the best villain? He created Mewtwo. Mewtwo escaped. That's my counter argument to that.
He gives you probably one of the best rivals that you ever have in any of the games.
Blue?
Silver. They're
Oh, so right.
your rival in
Silver, yeah, because
Yeah.
you're playing as gold, quote unquote.
yeah, he gives you probably one of the best rivals you ever have out of any of the games.
He doesn't. The woman he impregnated does.
It's
He
his
just helped.
it's his seed.
Okay.
I guess.
So his child is more memorable than he is. Okay.
Well,
That's what you just said.
I'm gonna smack you.
I can take him, Ma. I can take him. Yeah. I got it. Come here, buddy.
Sorry, we got a guest joining us.
Buddy. Say hi. Look, you're on camera. You don't care. So what makes Giovanni the best?
He's just an OG gangster thug, I guess. I mean, come on. He's tried to steal the ultimate catching device.
Isn't that the thing you tried to defend him against just a minute ago?
Well, kind of. I don't care. It's all nostalgic for me. He's just, I don't know.
Nostalgia wins out for him.
He was the original badass.
That was Blue.
Oh, fuck Blue.
So, my number 1 is Getsis.
Oh my god.
And I've already stated, like, every reason. He is the best design. He is given the best dialogue in game. He does the most to make the player and the people in the game, the NPCs, question their beliefs. He is the most prepared for every eventuality. He's prepared to to end the Savior, to be able to beat the Savior, who is his son. He has a contingency plan for it. His team is incredibly powerful. He's a great... No, not a great. He is the best villain in Pokemon. Period. There's no quotation. He is the best. Isn't that right?
Coming from a story-wise, yes, he's probably the best. But...
Nostalgia won out for you.
Yeah, nostalgia went out for me, which, I mean, obviously there's things that is nostalgic that wins out for you, and it goes back and forth. That's what these debate videos are about. I mean...
Where are you trying to go?
I mean,
Where are you trying to go?
So looking at like Getsis' team, Getsis had
Hydreigon, Electros.
He had an Electivire.
In Electros. I mean, his team was just awesome.
Yeah.
You looking at Grandma? Now he's looking at Josh. Like, Getsys just had a great team. He's just awesome.
So, a battle between Getsys and Giovanni.
Getsys. 100% of the time. He's got a better team. He's got a Hydreigon. Nothing on his team is going to be able to take that. It outspeeds everything Giovanni has. It outmuscles it all. And it hits the side of their specs, except for Dugtrio, but Dugtrio can't hit it.
Yeah.
How is he going to fight that? And even when he does, he's still got Electros, which is Levitate, so you can't hit that. Like, his team is just busted.
That's true. But yeah. So those were our top villains, guys. This was a kind of an awesome debate video. We're trying to get a lot of videos done so where we can just keep uploading throughout the week.
And then once a week, we just meet and make a bunch of videos and done.
So what I'm thinking next about our next discussion videos are gym leaders. How do you feel about gym leaders?
Let's do top 5.
I think we should keep it in the order of top 8. Since there's always 8 gym leaders.
Negative.
Really?
I think top 5, and we can include trial captains on that.
No. I do not like the whole trial captain thing. They gotta be
Love
original gym leaders. You gotta get a badge from it.
You get a stamp.
Oh, no one cares about
And a
this.
rock.
No one cares about that.
You get a rock! It makes it go boom!
It gets the awesome, what was the Z move I just got the other day? Pulverizing Pancake.
Oh, the Snorlax
The Snorlax Z move. But yeah, I was thinking maybe we can do, we'll do top 5 gym leaders.
I like that.
Top 5 starter Pokemon. Like we go through and we'll just say these are the best starter Pokemon on our side from every start.
As long as Squirtle doesn't make it, I'm good.
I already have a feeling both of ours would probably be Charizard.
Nope.
Really? That is a discussion video that we're going to be having.
So more Pokemon debates will be coming. I think we're going to make this a Sunday thing. It's some kind of debate.
Yep.
It'll be card debate, whatever. So
Make
Sunday
sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Let us know how we are doing. If you guys want to see some more awesome Pokemon videos or have an idea of a discussion video you guys want us to do, let us know. We will discuss Poke Wednesday a little bit more.
And figure it out.
And figure it out in the works. But like always, guys, this has been Josh and Patrick from Team Ying Yang Zing. We'll see you guys later.